It's going to be a new map in update 5.6.
Was?
A new map.
Was?
A map.
Wo?
In World of Tanks Blitz.
Normandy?
Yes, Normandy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, welcome back to the channel. It's exciting times for us today if you want to play in Blitz. Lots of things to talk about. Update 5.5 as it with the new restructured tech tree. Scorpion G has hit the stores in crates, which is a bit annoying to say the least, but it is in crates. Twister Cup is happening this weekend, and the open test 5.6 is still open on the RU server. And it's a smallish update with some buffs to the ISU 130 and the Panther 8.8, so when that one hits properly I will probably redo the reviews. And the biggest asset is this. What? The biggest asset is this. Whoa! World of Tanks Blitz, Normandy, or Overlord as it is known on console and PC. And I love this map already. I think it's brilliant. And I like it because of the theme. I'm driving it with a Leopard, which is stupid. The Leopard never drove at the beaches in Normandy. Probably should drive the Panther or the M4 really, but the Leopard is a bit quicker, can drive around the beaches, can drive up the slopes a bit easier. And I kind of knew the map from PC and console, where, as I mentioned before, it's named Overlord. It's called Normandy here on Blitz. And it is such a brilliant map. I was fearing when Wargaming shared photos on their Facebook pages. And then you saw a photo, I think, of the beach and then the middle area and some houses and that mill, etc. And I was fearing, oh my god, they're gonna pull a Himmelsdorf on us. And everybody who has played console or PC knows that Himmelsdorf has that really high elevation where you have the castle, so you can look out over the town. And yeah, that basically got chopped off at in Blitz because reasons, and probably to keep the map a bit smaller. There has been a gripe. You do have Banana Road, the railroad, the middle area. It is still Himmelsdorf, but you don't have that really high altitude. And Overlord on console and PC has got that high altitude difference on the cliffs. So I was thinking, right, it's just going to be this area here with the hills and the little roads over there. You don't have that lighthouse actually on console and PC, but I was fearing that Wargaming would just do this area with the bunkers, with the houses, lots of hold-on possibilities, some slight sloping around the cliffs, and that they would then chop off the beach. But no such thing. No such thing. There have been complaints about the sizes of maps. Dynasty's Pearl is a prime example. It's not really big, it is actually pretty darn freaking small. But this one, no, this is not small at all. This is actually fairly big. There have been a lot of complaints about people that maps have become flat. This one sure as hell isn't, and I've mentioned it before when I reviewed and previewed Faust and Alpenstadt. The maps are really varied. This one has a lot for basically everything. There are long fields of fire available for tank destroyers. Of course, I haven't been able to check them out all yet, or maybe not even a few of them. Why is that? It's hard to play proper battles on open test because you would have to go into a training room to do that properly, to have a lot of possibilities to shoot red tanks, and then you would have to get a 7 versus 7, and it's on Russian, and yeah, it's just a bit hard. I've been able to do a few 3 versus 3 and a 4 versus 3, and it's really exciting gameplay because you can go hold down, you have a few bushes where you can spot, there are rocks to side scrape off, buildings to side scrape off. This is the Thunderball, which is on the console area, just a bit bigger. It hasn't got this, what's it, the giant Messerschmitt Gigant, the really big German glider. It's not Normandy-ish. It wasn't in Normandy. There is a Tiger at the beaches, which is stupid because it wasn't in Normandy. Would have wanted to have a Panther 4 there, but at least it's better than to not have a Morse there, but have a Tiger. But yeah, there's some touches that Wargaming could have done, but other than that, this map just oozes Normandy. Look at all the shell bursts in the sky. The planes just keep flying around over there. You have shell traces coming from the bunkers. Landing crafts are over there at the beaches. There are shell bursts in the water there on the left side. It just looks good, and the bunkers, they look good. And there's just loads to look at. Completely, just constantly some things to look at. In terms of gameplay, I think this one is going to be fairly interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting because you can shoot down on the beaches if you have tanks with good gunner pressure and you have some really long fields of fire. But if you're spotted, then you will get shot at multiple angles as well. The beach area is completely isolated. It's very hard to go down there and then really help people. And I think this is actually kind of stupid. I didn't lose any health. I lost health when I dropped down with an easy 8, lost 300 health. People can suicide off the cliffs if you are on console and P or PC, but the physics on Blitz work just a bit different, so that will probably not be the same as it is on console. And if you're ballsy, and if you are in a quick tank, then you might be able to go up here just beyond the A cap and then spot a few tanks because it is held down. Even the beach area is not flat, it has some rocks to side script off, but some fairly long fields to cross as well where you can get shot at. I decided to drive the Leopard up these slopes as well to see what it would be like, and the Leopard goes up fairly quickly. The Easy 8 had a bit more of problems. And I'm going to show you the map as well in the VK7201K, the new tier 10 German heavy tank. And that one has some issues when it has to climb up the beach. So I was saying that I think the gameplay here will offer variation, will be very interesting. You can see me move from one side scraping position to another one, and then some spotting OV, and then some hold downing, etc. There's a lot of things that you can do here. There's a lot of things where you can hide from other tanks, make little mini flanks really. This is a medium's dream. With good spotting and teammates that help you out and will work properly for you. It can be a tank destroyer's dream as well. I think it can be very good for heavies if you can work your way around the areas and side scrape left, right and dead center. But if your team splits and the red team makes an iron fist, then I think you'll be in trouble. And I think you will be in real trouble. Because you could see me drive towards the beach and then with the Leopard up, it would take me about 10-15 seconds to go up there. But the map itself, it's big. There's not a single, well, maybe just a little bit on beaches, but most of the squares on the minimap are used, unlike Dynasty's Pro. And if you look at the time overview, it's 6 minutes now. That means I'm at 1 minute into the game. Did some capping on the base. Obviously I went off, otherwise the base would have kept running, and there are no other tanks available to reset that base. But you can say it would take me in a fairly slowish, or well, with decent mobility, heavy the VK7201K. It takes me about a minute to a minute and a half to go to the other side of the map. And if I then would want to go down towards the beaches, well, that's about, say, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. If you are at the beach area and you do get bogged down on sands in a slugfest or a hull down damage trading game, you'll be in a world of trouble. When the red team has flankers, when the red team is going to use Batchats, AMX CDC, Leopards, Comets, etc., who can push the upper areas fairly well. And you can go hull down over here, and like I said, even the beach is not a flat area. This is a fairly big depression where you can go down and over here. But you can also see, if you take a look at the time again, how much time it takes me to go from that first cliff, the first exit of the beach of Omaha Beach, towards the next one. And it is 4:44 over here when I start to make my way up. And then we turn left over here. Oh, this terrain resistance. It's killing. 4:30, and then we have to move up the cliff towards the mill. If there are tanks over there on top of the mill, or around the A cap over here on the left, maybe over there in the red spawn, it's not my spawn, but one of the spawn points, I can't just keep driving upwards like I'm doing now. And it's going to take me about 30 seconds to go up the slope completely, even a bit more. Imagine doing this in a T95 or a tortoise or any other tank with bad mobility. This is going to be really pretty. It's going to be something where you need your team to help you out quickly. You can't get bogged down on this one. If your team moves towards the A area, I would advise you to go around the bunkers area and try to support them. If your team goes towards C and D, don't push down towards the beach unless you are a really quick tank and you have already noticed where all of the enemies are. If your team splits and the Reds make an iron fist, or if they keep you spotted and you get bogged down in a slugfest, then I think you will be in trouble. A bit like Alpenstadt, or maybe even Faust. Yeah, Faust is a good example, really. If you get bogged down in the bigger buildings at the C and the D cap, yeah, then you're in real trouble at Faust. And I think Normandy will be the same because it is easy to flank. You can go unspotted around the beach area. You can go unspotted around the C and the D caps area. So, yeah. Great map, lots of possibilities, lots of features. Looking forward to playing it on the real server. This was a small preview with me just babbling about it. I hope you've liked it, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe. My name is Martindogger. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers and happy tanking.